Right, welcome to my new series. This is the family farm. I will be going into character in a few months. I just thought I'd explain a little bit before we start. This is the first episode, as I say, but there won't be another episode until the new year, as I'm only a few days away from starting my break on the 17th. Alright, this is on Riverview by Cavalier Roy. It's still a whip at the moment, but by the time we get to New Year, all being well, it should be out ready for you to download and play. I've been doing a bit on this. It was going to be Maple first, but the 1.2 patch has broken it a bit, as it has one or two maps apparently. But with that, a little word from our sponsors, PCSG, we will get started. Cheerio, Dad. You had an interesting life, if a rather short one. Hey, I didn't see you there. Alright, that was just, I've been rushing to get here, and I got here this morning. You can see it's now 2:30 in the afternoon. I got here just in time for the funeral of my father. Alright, this is my pickup. It's pink. I will explain that. It's pink for breast cancer awareness. My mother died 15 years ago with breast cancer. So every time I get a vehicle, if I have the option, I get it painted pink. Just in memory of that. Right, let's get mobile. Before we do, I'm going to break here for a couple of minutes just to turn the sound up. That's better, I can hear it now. Alright, I'm here to take over the family farm. Now, the farm's been in my family for a lot of years. Great-great-grandfather started it. He saved the life of the Lord of the Manor, apparently. And he was gifted a small amount of land. Enough for him to start a sheep farm, which is what he was originally. But he was successful as great-great-grandfather, and he got busy on normal farming. He bought a small land, and he didn't just stick to sheep, as I say, he went into general arable farming. Great-grandfather took over, because great-great-grandfather was in the time where most of it was done was using horses and manual labour. Great-great-grandfather passed it on to great-grandfather. Whoops, turned in too early. No, I haven't lived here for 20 odd years, so I'm having to remember where everything is. And I'm no farmer, I will tell you that now, so I'm going to need help. Boy, will I need help. Alright, yes, and talking about the history, I'm just going to park this up here. I've got the Hurleyman, and that is what caused Father's death. The tyres on it were worn out, and he managed to get hold of a couple of wheels, back wheels, and he had them lent up. The trouble is, they weren't lent up good enough, and as he was working there, just about on top of them, they fell over and managed to crush him. That's this, though. It was brought into the garage by this, just to check that everything was okay on it, and those wheels were put on it by the garage here, and they'd done it actually FOC, which was good of them, just changed the wheels over. And I'm now going to take this home, and we're going to have a look around. I'll pick my pickup up later. A lot of picks and ups in that. Yes, great-grandfather, because was in the time of the steam engine. Most of his farming. Grandfather took over at the end of the steam era as the internal combustion engine was coming in. Father, of course, was as the electronics started to come into things. It has got some fairly modern stuff. I haven't really looked at it yet, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to go back and have a look, back to the farm and have a look at it. We'll have a walk round. No, there's no animals on the farm. Father had a few problems in recent years. He went big on barley one year. In fact, he planted every field, and at the time, I'm just going to stop here. I'm going to bring a map up and show you what this farm used to consist of. Right, at its height, it was from field 2 down to, where were we now? There's the bridges here. Down to this area here. It was all the one farm, and you can see what it's shrunk to now. So I don't think I'll ever get it back again. Well, I say, I'm just going to try and make a living at it. Well, say, Father grew barley in the wettest summer ever. Yes, so you can imagine, pre-germination. Now, he grew barley for the malting industry. Now, most of us do not want wet barley. It pre-germs. It had pre-germinated badly. So he was forced to sell it onto feed. Now, malting barley will reach around £200 a tonne at its best. Feed barley, normal years, you're expecting to see about £140 a tonne. You know, about £60 less than malting barley. That's a rule of thumb. I'll just park this up, and we're going to walk up to the house, and we'll have a look at what we've got here when we get started. Oh, you know, we have a little walk round. I'm not going to do any work on this one. It's going to be, I'm just going to fill you all in on what's what. Oh, I see it. Didn't think it's going to stop for a moment. Oh, we just made our way up to the house, the farmhouse, and then we'll go through everything here on the way back down. Yes, so he made a big lot. Because the problem was too, everybody was in the same boat as growing malting barley. So everybody was having to sell it for feed, and feed ended up going for somewhere around £50 a tonne. It's less than it cost to produce. And he made a hell of a loss. If you grow in winter, you weren't too bad off, because you did have the first cut that you could actually get down. Hello, there's Bruno. You haven't met Bruno, have you? He's his dad's dog, and I'm going to take him over. Hello, boy. Oh, he wants some food. We better just feed him. There he comes, look. Right, this is a farmhouse. Now, this was built by grandfather. Well, not built personally, he had it built. Oh. You want to join us, dear? Come on, then. Yeah, here he comes. I got here just in time to dump me stuff in this morning, and I was basically off to the church. Yes. You know, that sound a bit far, but well, oh, there you are, Bruno. He grew the barley the first year. Second year, this was after Mother had died, and he was feeling a bit down, and we might as well walk back down to the main part of the farm now. I'm going to put a path in here, because this looks a bit of a mess without. Oh, we'll have a look at the sheep. No, there's no animals to say, but we've still got the sheep and cattle pens here. Well, the next year, he decided to have a good sunflower. And it was going to be make or break again. He hadn't learned by then. Hello, Bruno, you're still with us. Oh. Well, I don't want that one. Mustn't try and fuss Bruno whilst we're in the trigger. There we go. He loves that. Yeah, this is the sheep pen. It looks in good condition actually, so if we can afford some sheep, I can't see any reason why we shouldn't put them in. So this I'm using as my look round just to see. Now, is there a gate in here anywhere? Feed here. Oh, it looks like there's a gate round this side. Oh, you grew sunflower the next year, and that went wrong as well. And that really meant to keep going. He had to. No, it doesn't. Perhaps this one does. Ah, no, here we are. Here's our way in. Where are you, Bruno? You still with us? Oh, we lost Bruno. He's why we've gone back home. He's knowing him. He's hungry again. Yeah, it's not too bad. We get 100 or so sheep on here. We'll have to feed them all because there won't be enough food here to keep them. I better shut the gates. Get into good practice. Yes, the sunflower went wrong and all the next year. Everybody decided to do the same thing, and Father was a bit late in sowing it. By the time it was ready to sell, everybody had got their purse, and the money had just dropped. There's the crows. Alright, well, we've got a fuel tanker here. This is the only fuel on the farm. Water. This is the workshop, complete with wash. We'll have a look at the fields in a few moments. Let's see what else we've got here. Now, most of these barns were built new about 20 years ago. I was here when these were being built. The hay barn. I think that barn over there is the only old one. Alright, what equipment we got? Oh, yes. I was warned about this by one of the neighbours. Yeah, oh yes, when Dad had the second bad year, he had to sell all his animals and quite a few of the fields just to pay the bank off. He had a bank loan. Well, this is my inheritance. This is it. Oh, and 25,000. Which isn't going to last long. Right. Yes, I've got a bit of subsidence here. So, put a barrier around it so we don't drive into it. We'll have a look at the cattle pen next. Then we'll come back and look at the equipment. I know most of you are more interested in the equipment than anything. Decent sized dairy. What we got round here? Oh yes, milk collection point. Look inside. Yeah, all the robots are in here. You see a decent sized meadow again, but nothing to write home about. I think here is where we put the muck. Yeah, and the slurry is drained into this tank, and the pump I think is still all connected up. I will start this end. No chickens are on the farm at the moment, which is a pity. I like chickens. This is the old barn. This is the only old bit. There's front load of stuff there. Oh, this is it. pride and joy is JCB. He had everything done in matching colours for it. The fork and the pallet forks, or the arms and the pallet forks, all done in matching colours. He's got some seed, fertiliser, herbicide. Oh, he's got a little bit of seed here. And up here, here's his storage silo. Only small, but that's all he needs here. Even when he had all the fields, he was selling it fairly quickly. We'll have a look in here. New Holland combine. Oh, and a maize sunflower header. Trailer. Now this one can take it into the workshop and they can have its sides put on, and you can cart stuff. Oh, and his beloved JCB. As you notice, it's also got a matching front weight. Looks like it wants a wash. We might have to do that. This one is a cedar. Quite new, this. As is this spray stuff. The trailer's quite old. As is the combine. I'm not going to go out the other door. Let it down again. That'll come down its own weight. And his other vehicle barn that's over here. Here's a dry fertiliser come lime spreader. And I think we do need to lime some stuff. What the locals were telling me at the church anyway. Some of these fields haven't been limed for a few years and they're in need of it again. And the Strussman forage wagon. And the Hurleyman, which you saw me drive back. Complete with his culti plough, his subsoiler. I think we need to get a cultivator too, but I don't think we can afford one at the moment. The planter. This thing I could do is sell the planter. That's quite new. And I just wonder if we need both all three tractors. I think we only need two. I think Hurley can probably go. Keep the Fent and the JCB. And we should have enough. Yes, I think that's what we may well do. Let's have a look at the field, see what we've got in the fields. And that's the farm equipment anyway. Not a lot of it, but sufficient unto the day, as they say. Luckily, I have checked that fuel tank is full, so we haven't got to buy fuel for quite a while. I'm not going to bother to take the tractor down there. We will walk and have a look at the fields. Oh, this old sign. Now, this used to be known as Riverview Farm. Many years ago. I think that's what great-great-grandfather called it originally, and he had the sign put up. And every so many years that sign's replaced, but it's always replaced with the same one in remembrance of the origins. Yes, I tell you about great-great-grandfather. Let's just show you here. When it's finished saving. Well, we start with this land up here. We start with this bit just at the top. That's what he was given. And he put sheep here and here. So he had a lot of sheep. He then bought these two, and a couple of years later, he managed to buy this one. It's all great-great-grandfather's time. And before he'd done, he bought 8. And by which time great-grandfather had taken over. He bought 7, 4, 6, 5 and 3. Grandfather added 1 to 17, 18, 17. When he bought that, he thought he'd really made it. And also the rest of these, because all of a sudden we were making money hand over fist. Boy, were we making money. So we had on down to the sawmill, basically. Boy, were we making money in those days. I'll have a look in a moment and see. That's on my phone, this map, so it's got a load of very clever stuff on there. And this is the One of the fields is 11. Been fertilised once. Not got anything in it at the moment. No weeds at the moment either, which is good. And soil's not too bad. Needs lime also. Lime is going to be expensive. We're going to have to buy a lot of it. I'm wondering if I can afford to put in a lime tank on the farm and get them to come and fill it up every so often. I think it may be what we have to do. And we actually then pay for it if we use it, but we won't have the worry of trying to find the driving back and forth for lime. I think I shall get on to the engineer, see if I can put one in. This has got nothing in it either. As you can see, it's at the moment it's weed free. It won't stay like that, of course. Also needs lime. So it's 2 we're going to have to lime. Hope you're making a note of this. And we'll have a look at this one. And I've got to think of what we're going to grow. This one doesn't need lime. It needs to be fertilised again, but we'll fertilise all these once they're been planted. Because in the old days we used to have another barn over that side. So I haven't been back here, but except for an odd holiday. And my own personal position is married and divorced. So I'm all on my own now. I'm still looking for someone. I'm young enough as yet to take the plunge. Oh dear. This could do some fertilizer. I think this may be our first job, but at least one load of fertilizer on here. Plow it when it's harvested. This is maize by the looks of it. Yeah, I'm beginning to recognise some of the crops already. How about that? This looks like it could be soy. That is. I also need fertilising. I think we've got 2 more fields to look at. I know I should have brought a tractor, but I like to walk the fields. Well, I think we haven't got too bad a farm. I should be able to make a go of it. There is some people in the village who are willing to work for cash in hand. Not cheap though. So if it's worse comes to worse, I can get someone from the village in to do some of the work. I think most of it I am going to have to do myself. Oh, what we got here? Field 6. What's this like? It's alright, no lime needed. Not got anything in it. Needs another lot of fertilising. Well, I'm going to run. Come on, let's jog up here. Interested to see if we got any weed anywhere at the moment. So far we lucky. I would like to get a weeder, but I don't think we can afford one. I think I'm going to have to spray. Ran a bit too far. I don't fancy leaping hedges. I would like to get some more fields, but we'll see how we manage this year. Now the last field is all the way up here, field 4. This one's a bit out of the way to the rest. And maybe better to try and sell this and buy one on the other side of 11. Just to get everything nice and close, but don't fancy selling land. It strikes a bit of defeatism. And because I have the family tradition to uphold. There we are. No weeds at the moment. Nothing in there. It doesn't need to be limed. And it needs some fertilizer. Well, I think I'm going to get onto the phone I think we're actually going to end here. Short episode, but first episode. I will be bringing you regular updates as I'm working on here. And you can see what a mess I make of it. If anybody has any ideas of what to plant, I will tell you now that I have the latest prices here. And as you can see, there's not a lot of money to be made. I should tell you right back. Wheat and barley, well, we're going to be lucky to make much over 128 there for wheat is the best. 111 for barley at the moment at the brewery, that figures. Oats, well, it's only the freight yard. 100, oats ain't bad actually, 137. That might be worth putting a large field of oats in. I'm trying to figure out what to do. Ripe 226, but it costs more to plant. And the yield is less, but that might pay. I'll just pay sunflower. I don't know. There won't be any more soy going in because we've already got a field of soy. 283 at the freight, yeah, that's not too bad. And this is maize, and that's mill 166 by the looks of it. At the moment, there is big differences between the different people. Potatoes, I think, and beet them are probably definitely not. Eggs are paying well. I might pay to get into egg production fairly quickly. Milk don't look too bad either. Now, if we went into egg production, we are going to have to sell. Oh, not have to sell. We are going to have to take one of our fields for eggs. I was thinking, what about 4? No, that's too far to go, really. Now, I have to remember, I only got £25,000 to play with. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to wander back down to the store. You're welcome to stay with me if you wish, whilst I cogitate on what to do. And we can have a look at what some of the other people are doing. Wander down to the store and get me pick up. What we got here? Ripe. No weed, but no fertilizer neither. Don't look like a lot of this land's been fertilized. The river here. This is the now called Riverview, as you know, and it used to be Newby when great-great-grandfather had it. But Riverview, because of this river here, and it's quite a busy river. My land, well into my land now. I feel like doing a farmer palmer and telling people to get off my land. Well, I think the only field I'm actually going to see is 43 on the way back. But we will have a quick look in that. Then we'll leave it. I wonder what the fishing's like here. As I've got a frontage too onto the river, I will have some fishing rights. I hope. Oh, there's that pink par base for it. Oh, yeah, this one's empty too. Has anything been put in there? Oh, barley's been put in here. Bernard Young has got barley, but he hasn't fertilised. Oh dear, it needs ploughing apparently. Well, someone's actually growing something. He's putting barley in. Possibly wants stuff but not too many other people are growing. We've got to see how Bruno's getting on him if I want feeding again. Now on him. Nice quiet area. Not a lot of traffic around here, I'm glad to say. Don't notice too many people wandering about either. But then again, we're not in the town here. Town is further along that road past the workshop, past the garage. We will see all that as we progress on our adventure of trying to get this farm back into working ways. I have checked, there's nothing in stock at all, no grain at all, so we've got nothing to sell. All we've got is this 25,000 plus whatever I can talk the bank manager into let me have. At least there's no debts on the farm. And that 20, I had no money. I've been out of work for a while. I'd had just sold my flat to pay off my debts when the news came that Dad had died, and I was in bed and breakfast at the time. But when I got the news that Dad died, I dashed up here straight away. Mind, it took me quite a while. Yeah, I forgot to tell you, I wasn't even in Europe at the time. I was actually in Australia. Yeah, get about a bit. Well, that's actually where my ex-wife and my child's gone. My daughter, and I was paying them a visit. Oh, I tell you what, I won't bring anything heavy up here. Oh, there's Bruno. He's back there. That should do it. Well, it would do if I wouldn't for the fact I've gone too close to that edge. Now, let's try again. Take two. Thought there's enough room there to get out of it. Apparently there isn't. That should do it. That's better, we're out now. Oh, we can get in a bit closer if we need to. Where's Bruno? Anyway, with that, I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. If you like what you saw, please consider leaving a like. Let's give the old Phil some more food. If you're not a subscriber, feel free to subscribe. This series will be carrying on in the new year. It will be a little bit of chat at the start, then into character, hopefully staying in character all the time, and a bit of chat on the way out. Anyway, with that, I think I'm going to get on the phone and see if I can get some lime put in here, a tank of lime. Hopefully when you come back we will have that in place. Oh, well, that he's got a plant in the house. Yeah, well, neighbour must have brought that in. Could do, it's been redecorated. Anyway, any comments, questions, queries, suggestions, feel free to post them. I tend to read every one, and I try and reply to every one. Well, cook looks clean enough. Pity I can't cook very well. I hope it's a takeaway. I hope it's a takeaway that delivers in town. If not, I'm going to be getting mighty hungry. Look at the picture of the area. Yes, Dad always liked his farming pictures, and they're everywhere. Not all the hair, I note. We did get about a bit. Alright, so with that, it's Merman saying cheerio for now. Cheerio.